Hello everyone, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, where we last left off. We went around the camp, talked to a few people, Cassandra, Iron Bull, Cole, Sarah. Then we went to go talk to Cullen, but he decided to have an argument with Cassandra about Lyrium. So we're going to go talk to him and see if we can get him to keep going. To persevere against his challenges and push on through with his determination. Gonna save over the second one. Cullen. What the fuck is that? Watch it.
Maker's breath. I didn't hear you enter. Forgive me.
Cullen, if you need to talk...
You don't have... I never meant for this to interfere.
Are you going to be all right?
Yes. I don't know. You asked what happened to Ferelden's Circle. It was taken over by abominations. The Templars, my friends, were slaughtered. I was tortured. They tried to break my mind, and I... How can you be the same person after that? Still, I wanted to serve. They sent me to Kirkwall. I trusted my Knight Commander, and for what? Her fear of mages ended in madness. Kirkwall's Circle fell. Innocent people died in the streets. Can't you see why I want nothing to do with that life?
Of course I can.
Don't. You should be questioning what I've done. I thought this would be better. That I would regain some control over my life, but these thoughts won't leave me. How many lives depend on our success? I swore myself to this cause. I will not give less to the Inquisition than I did to Chantry. I should be taking it. I should be taking it.
No.
You give enough, Cullen. I'm not asking you for more. The Inquisition can be your chance to start over. If you want it to be.
I don't know if that's possible.
It is.
All right.
You're like a drug addict. We gotta make you go through without it as long as we can.
I need a moment. Could we speak another time?
That's completely understandable and realistic. It wouldn't be just, oh hey, sorry about the fit before. We can talk normally now. It's like, no, it's not going to be that straight away. If anything, he's going to be worse off. It's like, oh no. Anyway, we need to go back. We're going to head and talk to the barrack first because he's near the door. Hello. Jesus, you're even tinier than other dwarves I've seen.
Your worship.
You're really small. The tables have gone. And the scaffold's finished. Yay. Barrack.
Now,
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
Personal question?
can I ask you something very...
You want to talk about me?
No.
Nope.
I guess that's that. Too bad.
The climax.
Solus.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Shirao, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
I'm pleased you had a good time.
Political gambits, broken promises, half-truths. It is a palace full of motivation, and motivation is where great things happen.
True.
In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally. And Briala as well, thanks to your efforts on her behalf.
I hope it helps.
I hope Briala is able to use her position to help your people.
How would helping Briala help? Oh, you mean elves? I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
What? You should consider it, I agree. Who then? That's tragic. Oh god. Probably not. Probably not. Maybe, maybe. So it's these two I'm kind of thinking about. That's kind of being like, oh, well, okay, who then? Whereas this is more like, aw. Let's show a soft side.
Your people have lost so much of their history and culture. Do not even think of yourself that way.
I think of myself as me. That's all I've ever needed. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, I believe Briala is doing quite well on their behalf. She is an admirable woman.
She's done good work. Hopefully, with our help, she can help them even more.
Yes. However much I identify, or fail to identify, with her people, Briala's efforts have been remarkable. She organized resistance against a powerful enemy, using only her wits and the resources at hand. That demands respect, especially in a world where most would look at her and only see a pair of pointed ears.
Well, I'm guessing that's what's just happened, this picture. Anything else?
My friend.
More about elves?
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on elven culture.
Perhaps you could ask Sarah. She has opinions.
You don't seem to like her.
You don't much care for Sarah, do you?
I pity her. Although I imagine she would detest that. Perhaps in truth, I envy her. She has a purity of purpose that I lack. I have observed too much and done too little. What do you wish to know?
Tell me about ancient elves.
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Shiral. But Hallam Shiral was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish Erebels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
Yeah, sounds cool.
I'd like to know more about Dalish elves.
It is a mistake to think of the Dalish as a single group. They have lived as separate clans for centuries now. As a consequence, each clan has learned, interpreted, and forgotten different parts of elven history. Some trade freely with humans, or adopt city elves who flee the alienages. Others attack humans on sight.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
Is elven magic different from the magic used by humans?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
Huh.
The legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition?
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot.
True, she would kill you.
Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Tevinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
That's what I said. That's what I keep saying.
To be honest, I don't see it as different from any other magic. It's a means to an end.
Indeed. The problem is that under the Chantry, blood magic is forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in Tevinter, magisters compete with each other, instead of keeping their volatile friends in check. They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
Yep.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
See ya, Solus. Oh, yeah, I mean, blood magic is basically just another type of magic. It's just that a lot of people because it's, like you said, forbidden, a lot of people resort to it as a last resort and use it just so then they have something.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. Saving the day, reconciling lovers, mediating a civil war. So sugary, it's nauseating. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
You missed that?
That's something you actually miss?
Who wouldn't? All the drama, the scandal, the petty maneuvering.
You know, I can barely
Back
see
home,
you. I can just
we
see your
engage
armor,
in
which is
social
glowing in the
affairs
dark
with
for some
grim
reason.
intensity of war. When blood is spilled, the battle is won. Less fun when you're the target, but to watch. My, yes. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
Alright.
I should go.
As you wish.
I know I missed something at the palace, because I know that there's a...
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor.
What is...
I am able to pursue my duty.
As you...
Yes.
I know that there's a thing. That woman that you can talk to dance with. You can actually dance with her
The Empress
there.
has gifted us with a selection
But I
of
don't know
rare
if it's
books.
gender
I
specific.
can't wait till they arrive.
It probably will be. Liana. There you are.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing.
Damn right.
The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril?
Me.
A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
True. Anything else before I go?
I'm listening.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
Tell me about Morrigan.
What do you know of Morrigan?
She's changed. She used to be so disagreeable, cruel. She said things just to hurt people.
Yeah.
Now the sharp edges have worn away. Perhaps it was Kieran. He saved us, did you know? I would have lost my love without Morrigan's child. I may never know her intentions, but I'll always be grateful.
That's true. Derek did sleep with Morrigan just so then he would stay alive for you, sort of, in a
We
way.
can continue this conversation later.
Plus he wanted to
You
get
know where I
laid.
am.
This is the kind of guy Derek was. Or is. You know. Wanted to get laid by everything. We wanted to just literally fuck everything. Hello.
If you require any assistance.
What are you doing here? But yeah, I mean, you know, Vivienne.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help.
Okay. How did you know I was here? I didn't even come up to you yet.
There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern.
Wyvern.
I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
Tell me about the wyvern.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
Wyvern.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all.
True.
The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for?
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion.
True.
I would do no less for you, after all.
Well, I'm honored, I think.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
Alright.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart or the potion will not work.
That's fine. I can do
I
it.
eagerly await your success.
I will smash its face into the dirt between my fingers of doom. By the way,
It took a great deal of skill to win that title for the elves, but you surely know it will end in a bloodbath.
who? What? Okay, I think. Yay, we can actually come out here now. This is someone's room. For some reason, I get the feeling that this might be Liliana's room. A crumpled letter. My dear Ewan, you have been the light of my life, the song in my heart for over a year, but the world has changed and both of us with it. And how does one live through the rending of the sky and still remain the same? I have seen oblivion through the rifts, and I fear our lives are about to end. You told me the difference between us would be hard to bear, and I said I would never seek the arms of any but yours. I was wrong. I've met someone in Vario. She is dark where you are fair. She fills her life with poetry, not battle. And her voice, her tongue trips so sweetly on the trails and flourishes on the Elysian language. She gives me hope that she will survive. I'm sorry, I will never forget you. Wow. Poor Ewan. Is that just a random book or is it an actual thing? There's a tree in here, we need to get that sorted out. Whee! Hello?
Your worship,
How we stop?
What is your evaluation?
we are groaning with resources.
Good.
As you...
I still need to sort out this garden, but I don't have enough resources at the moment. Do, 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 do. Ooh, more books. You'd think we would actually clean this up by now, but it's still got the overturned freaking chair and whatever. Ooh! Big ass thing. And I hear noises, I don't like it, I'm going. Hello? Hi.
You're the Inquisitor. You're very tall. Mother didn't say you were a canary.
Is that a bad thing?
That's not such a terrible thing, is it?
No, I just feel bad about what happened to your people.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on her hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man.
Is that my son? He's a bit tall for my son.
My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go.
Wearing your old outfit.
Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
You know, I thought you would have changed your outfit at least a little bit over the years. I mean, it's what, 10 years later? You know, maybe having a bit more armor or, you know, something. Like I did before, I preferred the original outfit you had rather than the skimpy outfit that you ended up having.
He seems like a fine young man.
But not the sort one might expect a woman like me to raise. No son of mine would be raised in a marsh, bereft of contact with the outside world. His future will be difficult enough without my adding to his burden. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
You know about it?
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves.
Oh, of course.
They called it Tarar Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I'm fond of it.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
Thank you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must
Most.
ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
I still think your eyes are freaking awesome.
My Lady Inquisitor.
So, tell me more about you.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You were in the Fifth Blight?
You were in Ferelden during the Blight?
The Blight began in the Kukari wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. In the end, what he did for me, I will always be grateful.
Counts
and
as one of his
after that,
friends.
I came to Orlais.
Or best friends, probably.
The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Hey, maybe even a sex friend. I don't know if that's even better than a best friend, but You know.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
You're an apostate.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide.
No.
I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess I could be called an apostate because I didn't get taught by the Chantry.
Tell me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Yes, he is.
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was a means to an end. But as he grew, I never thought of myself as a mother inquisitor. I had no good example to follow.
True.
I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then.
Family can do that.
Greetings, Inquisitor.
So, what are you working
What
on?
work have you been doing to help us?
Currently, my efforts are focused on determining what Corypheus is, and from where his power comes. The elven orb he carries is what draws my attention. I wonder if the power he used to tear open the Fade, in fact, came from the orb. Perhaps it is even the source of your anchor. If I learn of its origin, I may also learn what Corypheus now intends, as well as his weaknesses.
Oh.
I could use your company for my excursions outside Skyhold.
I have spent my share of time wandering the wilderness in the company of others, Inquisitor. Thank you for the invitation, but for now I will restrict my efforts
For
to
now,
researching the
meaning that
arcane.
she will never join your party. Don't get confused with that. She's never going to join your party.
Do you know anything about his dragon?
It has the appearance of an archdemon. Of that, I am
I
certain.
don't know which archdemon you remember
true
fighting.
archdemon, however, is supposedly the corrupted form of an old god. Has Corypheus actually dug up one of the ancient prisons? If so, why has a new blight not begun? His dragon is something else, something connected to his blighted nature as well as his magic. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Is it even possible that Corypheus could succeed?
The Black City exists. Wherever one goes in the Fade, it is visible in the sky. The last time Corypheus and his cohort stormed its doors, they unleashed the Blight upon the world. This time, perhaps he might indeed gain untold power, becoming something unto a god. It is also possible he could unleash something far worse than the Blights. So yes,
The world just explodes.
Corypheus could succeed in his goal. If not, his attempt alone could destroy the world.
Corypheus says I'm a rival. Does that mean...
Could you become a god? That depends. Are you prepared to use your anchor to enter the Black City?
Yeah.
If the anchor would let me do that? Absolutely.
Then Corypheus is correct. You are a rival.
I mean, it's already corrupt. What the hell am I going to do? Make it more corrupt? I'm not going to make it so then I'm like, oh, this is all mine. I'm just going to be like, oh, this is what it looks like inside. And then leave.
However you can help, it's appreciated.
Continue prodding at Corypheus, Inquisitor. Elicit a reaction, and we may yet learn from it.
Alright.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. A web of favors has wrapped every noble family in southern Thedas around your fingers. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
First we must defeat him.
We have to defeat him first. Then I'll worry about what's next.
Should that happen, the world will lie at your feet, more or less.
Well, it needs to be
Beware
clean.
the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
True.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Alright. So, we spoke with Morrigan. She's matured. I like that. Hello, Kieran. I think next episode we shall talk to Mother Giselle. We'll then go down to the Undercroft to see if there's anything new there. And then we'll go to the chair because I think we got a person we need to judge. Then we'll go to the go speak to Josephine. And then we'll go to the war table. And then we'll hopefully actually get to do some more stuff. But until then, this is Majorshepard. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. A lot happened. A lot of talking anyway. So, pardon me. Until the next episode, thanks a lot for joining, and I shall see you then. Bye-bye.